Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. And his first pass is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Connor Barwin able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Carr now on 1st down. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 12, Carr. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Brady now on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. From midfield, here's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Carr now on 1st down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 12, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought,
he's got a man, complete. That's good for 28 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys
got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Crosby with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Green Bay score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Carr now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Carr to throw again. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. These two teams all tied after 1. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Now on 2nd and 16. Carr drops this off to Richard. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Carr. It's a screen to Richard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. Back to the running game with Jacobs. 12 more yards there and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal, Carr. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Now a play fake. Brady. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Well, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he's gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Barkley. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, Barkley. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They tried to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call, because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Carr. Jones has it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Carr now just one misfire so far after that last completion, 15 of 16. It's first down. Carr completes it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kyler Fackrell coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Carr now to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Carr to throw. Caught by Jones. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DJ Swearinger, a sack on the safety blitz. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Brady to throw. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Go. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to fire one deep over them, and that's caught inside the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Now Brady. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see there, it's the visiting L.A. Rams who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Ryan Fitzpatrick has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. This is caught by Williams. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Brady going to throw. And here he's got Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27. Now Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 25 on 2nd down, Brady. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Brady now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady, it's caught. Beckham. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Here's Brady. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Odell Beckham with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Jacobs. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. One more time with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Jacobs now. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
This one taken from the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A first down carry for Barkley. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, Barkley. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This is Barkley, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them, run fits.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Brady now on first down. And he finds his tight end, Graham.
Wrap up.
Still moving. Getting it to him in space. Pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, it's a screen to Richard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. That right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This pass from Carr taken in by Waller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they'll get this down to the 10. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%. 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Throwing now is Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time. Yeah,
because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Whoosh. Room to run again. And down to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Hey, Alabama.
On first down, Barkley. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. To throw is Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Brady. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. He's back to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He'll swing this one out to Richard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. One final try now for Carr. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. And here in overtime, if the team that receives... So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. On the draw, Richard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Barkley. And And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clelin Ferrell in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley.
Hey, 66.
He's going to get it running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Packers, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, got flavor, I think it's God's. Ice on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch, never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long that I made her when I showed her my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my whip. And slick then, he with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole for the all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the bill. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers.